What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Two Sides to Opinion podcast. I'm the guy driving the bus, Marcus, and you got my two guys with me. That's always with me, Mr. Joshua Jones and Coach Josh. How you guys doing today?
What's up,
Good, man.
baby?
Long week
Good.
already.
Yes, sir.
Long week, baby. Long week.
Before we get started, guys, just want to let you know we had a little bit change of plans. The young fellas actually got kind of busy. They currently weren't able to make it, but we still have a jam-packed show, and we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get
That's
it
what I'm
poppin'.
talking. Let's go, baby.
And we're going to our first topic, which is team championship faith. Is it going to be high? Is it going to be low? We'll give you guys some teams to take a look at. You guys let us know if it's going to be high, if it's going to be low, and we'll discuss amongst ourselves. Let's get it started. First one is the Denver Broncos. Jones, let's start with you. What's your faith in them? High or low?
So, if we're asking the question about do they make the playoffs, absolutely. Okay. If we're talking about do we think they're an AFC championship team, probably not. Now, if we're asking if they're going to win a Super Bowl, the answer is absolutely no. Now, let me tell you why. Right? When we talked before, we had talked about Denver Broncos. Well, not the Denver Broncos. Me and you've had discussions about teams, divisions, strength of schedule, right? And all of that matters, right? So when you're talking about having the Denver Broncos, I think they're 11-2 right now. But who have they beat? Who have they played? Right? I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy right now around college football and strength of schedule and should this team be in, should this team not be in, right? Well, when you're looking at, success, right? And we've talked about this a lot too. Analytics, numbers, they can lie. They can tell the truth. They can lie. They say different things depending on who's looking at them, right? And the perspective of what you want the outcome to be. And you can have some biases that will lead you down a path that may think that, you're having a successful season. And they are, right? They're beating they're doing the things that they're supposed to do. They're beating the teams that are in front of them. But when you go down the list, right? Game 1, Titans. Right, they're because of the Cleveland Browns, they've won 2 games this year, right? But before that, they had only won 1 game, right? Then they played the Colts. They ran up against Indiana Jones, right, when he was in his prime. He might be called one-legged Jones now. And hopefully he, I make a joke and jest, but hopefully he has a speedy recovery. I don't want to wish that on nobody. Then they lost to the Chargers right after that. Then they beat the Bengals, right? A Joe Burrow-less Bengals. Then they beat the Eagles. The Eagles are struggling right now. And we can talk about that. Well, we will talk about that here in a second. Then they beat the Jets 13-11. How does that happen? Right? Like, if you're playing.
But go ahead.
Exactly my point, right? So you got a great defense. You got a group. I don't even know how I feel about Sean Payton right now, because I think he's he's a particular type of person. He's an acquired taste, and I'm not a fan of him, even though I know he's a Super Bowl coach. But let's go finish this up real quick. They barely beat the New York Giants, right? And I think that's the game that Russell Wilson went off. And then, they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys were struggling at that time. They beat the Texans 18-15. And then they beat the Raiders 10-7. So they play to the talent level that they are currently going against, and that's going to get them in trouble. But these are teams that aren't doing well. They beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are struggling right now. They beat the Commanders. The Commanders are struggling right now. They played the Raiders again. struggling right now. Then they play the Packers, right? So the Packers is going to be in my estimation and looking at their schedule, the Packers may be the one true test that they have this year, right? Because, I mean, you could say the Chargers, but the Chargers, they got the one-man band with Justin Herbert. He's out there playing with one hand, and he still was able to beat Philly, which is crazy to me, and I guess we can talk about that. But I know that's a long explanation to say I don't think that Bo Nix and company are a great team. I think they're well coached. I think they play disciplined football. I don't think they make too many mistakes, and if they can, and if they do, they're able to overcome those things. And I think they're able to overcome it by great coaching, right? Because I don't think it's Bo Nix that is leading them. I don't believe in Bo Nix, right? I told you he's the upgrade. He's the rich man, Dylan Gabriel, right? He can throw it down the field a little bit more, right? He can throw a 15-yard, seam route, where Dylan Gabriel is only doing the dinking and dunking. But I digress. But I said all that to say that I don't believe in the Denver Broncos at all.
Actually, I'm the opposite. I believe in it. Here's why. Let me ask you this question. Sure. What's one thing that travels well when you play in the
defense?
NFL? Yes. And I feel like they have a very, very good defense. If I'm correct, Benito is right behind Myles Garrett in sacks. And Benito gets it. Then you have their cornerback. What's his name? I think his name right.
Patrick Surtain.
There you go. Patrick Surtain Jr. He's that corner. He's that shutdown guy. He been
hurt though.
But Patrick Surtain is hurt right now. Is he back yet?
Yeah, he's been back for the last 2 games.
Wow, he came back.
Yeah, so they've been picking on Moss, the one of the only, I think it's only 2 white corners in the NFL, and he's one of them. And they've been picking on him, and for the most part, he holds up, but he struggles from time to time. He might be their only weak link, if there is such a thing for that defense. But Bo Nix is serviceable, and sometimes that's what you need to get to that point. You don't have to necessarily be outstanding, especially when you have a defense. And then there's no real team out there that just scares you. There's been no monster of the past like the Eagles last year or the Chiefs of the past. And neither one of those are out there currently. So having a team that plays defense really well will benefit you to a point of at least getting you to the ship. I don't necessarily know if it wins it for you, because at some point there has to be that one game where you have to rely on that quarterback. And I'm just like you in the instance. I don't really believe in Bo Nix, but I do feel like they have a coach who's smart enough to do certain things to get them over the hump.
So let me ask you this. So with Bo Nix, say that we're in a playoff game and they're in a situation that they have to go toe-to-toe with a team and win a shootout. Do you think they can do that?
It depends on what Bo Nix you get.
But
75% of the time you don't get that Bo Nix. But then you get that rarity of when they hit the fourth quarter and they were down by 16 and he scores 24 points, which is crazy. I'm just saying he's done some things where you're like, then he's done some things where like, oh man, I don't believe in that dude.
Yeah. But to answer your question though, sack leaders, Myles Garrett, Bryce Bungie with 13 from New York Giants, and then Nicholas Benito from Denver with 12.5 sacks, and then you got Michael Parsons at 12.5, and then you got Daniel Hunter from Houston, and Jalen Sweat, at 9.
Yeah.
So
let's go to Coach Josh. Coach Josh, what you got? What's your favorite in the Broncos?
I got faith in them making the playoffs, and probably
we know they're making the playoffs. I'm saying,
But hold on.
We're talking about
Hold
the
on.
championship phase,
The
gentlemen.
closest to me that they gonna get to a championship is the AFC championship. And then, with that, you gotta have a little luck. And things gotta fall right for you. And it's been a lucky year for a lot of people up in this NFL. But just going off of talent and looking, do they scare people? Just my opinion, they don't. I don't see them going. The furthest I see them going is the AFC championship, and that's a big if. Who has the number one seed right now?
They do.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does the Patriots last 4 games look like?
They got the Bills. They got the Ravens. I want to say they end with the Jets, maybe, if I'm correct.
Okay.
So the Patriots, you asking the Patriots?
Yes.
Yeah, so Patriots have let's see, the they just played the Giants. They got the Bills, the Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins.
Okay.
And
with you saying that,
and the Jets fighting for a playoff spot. We talked all that smack, but he
yeah, because he was on the hot seat.
But again, gentlemen, we're talking about strength of schedule, right? We go back and majority of these teams that they beat aren't in the playoffs. They're below 500.
You could almost say that about the Patriots too, but I digress. We'll get there as well.
Yeah.
So, what would your ultimate call be on the Broncos in championship wise? High or low?
Low.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm going to swing low. I think those guys are going to be. I think they're out in first round. Well, excuse me, they got a bye week, but the first game that they play.
So that brings us to the next group of guys, which is the Patriots. What are your thoughts on the Patriots, Coach Josh?
Oh, the Patriots.
Is it high ceiling, low ceiling? What are we doing?
I think they have a higher ceiling than the Broncos. The only thing that separates the Broncos from the Patriots to me is the coach. Talent-wise on the field, I mean, bro, Sean Payton is either a good coach or he lucky, bro.
I mean, you can say the same thing about the coach of the Patriots.
Yeah, I can, but they were super sorry last year. The Broncos, we wanted to see what they was gonna do this year. Bro, they actually better this year than last year. So is either he lucky or bro, he a good coach. And I mean, bro, we could name Bo Nix on there, but bro, besides Patrick Surtain, what other big name player do they have on the Broncos?
Benito is balling. He's third in sacks.
Yeah.
When you say big names, I don't necessarily think names resonate when you talk about the Broncos. They have everything that you need to be a good team. They have a really good offensive line. They have that young back. It doesn't scare anybody. Their receiving core is okay with Ingram at tight end. I really like him at tight end.
Yeah.
You have Sutton at the receiver spot, but then you have Franklin who sometimes can take the top off the defense. I mean, it just it all relies on Bo Nix, and we all
now go to the Patriots.
You got what? Ramondre.
They running back is like one of the better running backs in the league right now.
I want to say they're starting Ramondre Stevenson again, if I'm correct. And then
that's the rookie, right?
No. Then they bring the youngster in. Josh Jones, help me out with the name.
Oh man, what's his name?
So hold on. So what are you asking?
The rookie running back for the Patriots.
Travion Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson.
Yeah. So right now, if you're talking about weapons for the Patriots, we got Stephon Diggs, which I mean, you can say what you want about him.
He shows up when he needs to show up.
I mean, you can call him clutch, but I don't think he's reliable throughout the game. He's not going to get you to the end of the game. Now he might help you win the game, but he's not going to help you. You know what I mean? But
I mean, he was hella motivated against the Bills, and he showed up big time. So
stable.
I feel like when he wants to show up, he can show up, bro. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can agree with you on that. So, but let's see who else.
Butte.
You got Kayshawn Booty.
Hey man, I don't like how you say that last name, bro.
No, that's how he says it.
That's how they say it on the broadcast.
And that's what he said. That's how he said it. He said,
yeah, I mean, you got Mark Hollins, you got Kyle Williams, you got Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, the backup, they got Tommy DeVito. So it get dangerous when Tommy DeVito get in the game. So if Drake May ever go out.
Oh, yeah.
So what's our opinion on this, Coach Josh? Are you high on him or you low on him?
I'm high on him. I'm thinking this might be the AFC representative.
So
for the Super Bowl.
What about you, John?
Yeah, so how we were talking about Denver Broncos, and we were saying their ceiling could be like right here. You take the Patriots and then you just slap on top, right? Because I don't think the ceiling is too much higher. Now, listen, they did a great job going from zero to hero, right? I think they were bad last year. They turned it around, and they're good this year. What I'm really upset about, if we want to take a quick caveat, is the fact that we had Mike Vrabel in the building, right, as a consultant, and then he turned into our tight ends coach because our tight ends coach didn't know what he was doing, and then we let him go to the Patriots. I mean, not to say that we had an ability to keep him, but I mean, if it was up to me, I would have fired Kevin Stefanski and just kept Mike. But anyway, I digress. Do I think, of course, they're in the playoffs, right? Again, strength of schedule. They don't get me wrong. They beat who was in front of them, right? But when you look at the schedule, I mean, they pretty much beat the same teams that the Denver Broncos beat, right?
They got the Bills again this week. If they smack the Bills,
they got Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, right? Jets, Dolphins should be a win, right? However, the Dolphins are actually playing pretty decent right now. They're 6-5, right? So that may be a gotcha game, right? But Bills, I mean, Josh Allen is turning it on right now, right?
So, man, I said that the other day, bro. He lucky. He probably knows.
I can't say it's luck, man. Look, listen, Keon Coleman is on that team.
Ain't trying to take nothing away from him, but he lucky, man.
Listen. Did you hear me, Coach?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you heard me. Keon Coleman is on that team, and he's still winning.
Yeah. I mean, I get what y'all saying. But what's them 2 games? Didn't they lose without Keon Coleman?
No, but I don't. I'm saying they got Keon. You helped me prove my point. They got Keon Coleman, and they still winning, right?
See, look. There we go, bro. Y'all don't like the Louisiana boys, man.
Listen. I would say the same thing about Abdul Carter. He's got some growing up to do, right? I think he's got some things that are self-inflicted right now that are keeping him from being great. But we can talk about that at another time.
Yeah, what I'm saying we'll talk about that because I got some insight to the whole Keon Coleman thing.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, I think, yeah, you were just talking about luck, right? I think they
Yeah,
got a really favorable schedule, and they did
yeah,
what they were supposed to do with the schedule that they were handed, right? Because you remember we talked at the beginning of the season, we didn't really know what Patriots team we were going to get, but with this schedule that they got, yeah, they could, run the gambit. So,
yeah.
but I think once they have to consistently play playoff caliber teams, I don't think they will do as well.
And
And
that's why,
and
yep,
and
I
for
said the Patriots.
I
but what
actually have the Broncos above the Patriots. I think I
well
have
I,
more
I think I
faith
think
in.
they're the same. I think they're the same team.
No,
Really,
you could absolutely
yeah.
be right, but I have more faith in the Broncos than the Patriots.
Yeah, no, I got you. But what I'll say is this: I don't think that they have enough receiving talent to go out here and beat playoff caliber teams.
All right. So I have high with Josh Jones. I have low, and I have them low. So let's move to the next one. Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna just go ahead and start this off. I don't believe in them. Sunshine is not the guy. We've seen him do idiotic things, and his receiving core isn't what we thought it was going to be. The young kid Etienne is balling, and you don't know what their defense is going to do. One day they're world beaters, the next day they let somebody weird put up 28 on them. So that's my thought on them. I don't have them high at all. What about you, Coach Josh?
Low. Like, I just believe, like you say, they up and down. Like, and it's
Agreed.
too much. Like, it's too much up and down. So, but I'm gonna tell you this: they've been playing better without Travis Hunter.
What
I
would
hate
you
to
say?
say that because I like Travis Hunter, man. I think he'll baller. But it's like when he got hurt, it was like, oh man, let's play ball now. I'm like, come on, man.
Got you, Jones. What about you, man?
Yeah, no. So listen, I think I picked them to get to the playoffs. I think they'll definitely do that.
I don't know.
Because
They're only one game up on Texans, if I'm correct.
yeah, but they're leading the division right now. You know what I mean? So I mean, let's
Phillip Rivers is about to put it on.
man. So listen, they got the Jets next, so that's a win, right?
Yeah.
The hardest game they got is the Broncos because they got the Jets, Broncos, Colts, Titans, right? So they're gonna beat the Jets. They're gonna beat Granddaddy Rivers
Yeah.
with the Colts.
No. Phillip he about to. How you do that little quick start? He about to kill him, boy.
Listen, Phillip Rivers is about to be like Uncle Rico out here.
See, here's why I feel like they're going to beat him. We don't know what he's going to look like when he does get the chance to start. And what if this weird sensation he just go off? I mean, I'm just saying because their receiving core is not bad, bro, and he has one of the best running backs
Marcus.
in the game. Yeah,
Phillip Rivers, when he was playing, looked like it was hard for him to stay in shape. Hold on, let me finish. It looked like he was, one Jimmy John sub away.
Boy, y'all tough, yeah.
From being put on the weight loss program. Okay.
Oh.
He was a little hefty, bro.
And my man and Phillip Rivers has at least 12 kids.
Right?
Oh.
So he's living a good life. He on vacations. They out in the woods. They hunting. He ain't thought nothing about no football. Now, if he had kept himself in shape, right, like Joe Flacco, would he have the ability to come in off the couch? Hold on. To come off the couch and perform? Maybe. But I'm telling you, if he comes back in shape, I'll be surprised. Let's just say that.
Gotcha. So we're all low on the Jags. Got you. Let's move over to the NFC. We got the Rams. What you guys got? Jones.
Oh, yeah, I'm high on the Rams. I think they're one of the top teams in the NFL. Puka Nacua is showing why he's a top ranked elite wide receiver in the NFL. Granddaddy Adams.
All he does is get touchdowns. That's it.
That I mean, now if he move a little too quick, he might tweak his back.
Yeah,
but if he slow roll you off the line, yeah, that's a touchdown, right? Yeah, he just got to make sure he can't skip no gears. He got to go 1, 2, 3. He can't go from 1 to 3, 1 to 5. You know what I mean? So he got to make sure he hits all the gears. But yeah, I say that jokingly, but Matt Stafford is showing why he was a top rated quarterback drafted when he was drafted. It's crazy how much the difference of a coach makes, right? And a good environment and a good organization, right? Because Matt Stafford was always, talked about as or touted as a great quarterback, but they can never get it done, even when he had great talent like Megatron, right? But you get him with a good coach, you get him in a good environment, you get him within a good system, and regardless if because they were giving away their draft for 2 or 3 years, right? Acquiring players and everything else, and they were still able to develop talent, right, and stay relevant, right? Because other organizations, when they do that, they tend not to be good for 2, 3, 4 years, right? Until they can start to get. What I'll say is I'm very high on them, and they very well could be one of the representatives for the Super Bowl. So I'm very high on the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm high on them too. I do like their core. The only thing that worries me is those 2 corners on the back end. I feel like they're iffy at times, and if you do want to take advantage of them, that's where you attack. Other than that, I have faith in their offense. I have faith in Matthew Stafford, unless he takes a shot and his back start acting up. Then I might, you might have a problem. But I'm high on them. What about you, Coach Josh?
Man, I'm high on them. I think that they're gonna represent the NFC for the Super Bowl. Man, they got Puka, Cobra Kai. That's what that boy looked like. The little dude that played on Cobra Kai. But bro, they solid. They took a couple of L's this year that I thought they should have won, but you could see the writing on the wall. Like if they get in the playoffs, you gotta pick your poison. Who you about to guard? Devontae Adams or Puka? So it's about to be real, and that defense is solid.
Yeah,
like they make plays and they get turnovers.
Just that back end you got to worry about. That's it.
Man, you got weaknesses everywhere, man.
Yeah, well, one thing I'll say though is, to that point, Marcus, is the fact that they have a quarterback that I believe in, right? That if the defense isn't showing up, he can put the team on his shoulders and go and get into a shootout with you and win the game, right? If the defense isn't playing well. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
This goes into who we got next, so I'll leave it at that. But everybody's high on the Rams, so let's go to the next guy. I feel like these guys are going to meet up with the Rams. I think this is going to be our NFC conference championship game, and I feel they have the counterpart to what stops them. I feel like they have good corners who are decent that can cover those receivers, but they have a front four that's going to get after you with decent linebacker play. The only thing that worries me is you don't know what their offense is going to do. So I'll pass it to you guys. What do you guys think?
So you didn't say are you high or are you low on?
No, I'm high. I'm high on them.
Okay, you high on them? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm high on them too. And you very well may be correct. When you're looking at Michael Parsons and company, I think the defense is stout. You know, I think they play as a nice cohesive unit. You know, Jordan Love. I think that's the unknown variable, right? What Jordan Love are you going to get? Who's going to show up, right? Because you know, this last game that they just played, you know, they were able to get a lot of their young core wide receivers engaged into the game, right? And they look good, you know, out there, you know, catching the ball. But, you know, in previous games, you know, it just looked like, you know, they were off rhythm, off timing. It looked like, you know, maybe they didn't have a good week of practice. You know, it looked like, you know, there were some folks that may not have been engaged. But, you know, I'm high on Green Bay as well. What you got, Coach?
I'm low on them, man. They inconsistent. Man, they inconsistent. And Jordan Love is inconsistent. And I love Jordan Love, man. From what I've seen this year.
Love Mr. Love.
Yeah, bro. I like his whole. But you know what? A lot of quarterbacks that I've seen as having a down year that they're not using this year. And me and Marcus talk about this. Bro, they're not using their legs enough.
Well, I'm gonna say here's a little bit different. He was missing his top 2 receivers. He got one of them back. Reed just came back. Reed is the guy that takes the tops off the defense. Now, the thing that's gonna hurt him the worst is missing Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft was his check down, especially every time he got in trouble. So not having Tucker Kraft is going to be a struggle for him in the essence of who does he go to and who does he believe in most now, if it's Watson or if it's Reed. But they're going to take more deep shots with Reed, and they needed that. Watson can take the top off the defense, but not like Reed. So I totally understand that. No, I understand what you're saying. He had issues, but I felt like he had issues for a reason. And now that they're starting to come back and get on, this is why I feel like they'll be the representative to face the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Well, one thing I will say, though, I'll just quickly interject. You know, they only really beat 2 quality teams this year, right? And the quality teams that they beat was the Lions twice. I think that's really it.
They beat the Bears.
So the Bears is
man. Next topic.
They did beat the Bears, but listen. Anyway,
let's go ahead. Speaking of that, let's go to the next team who probably has one of the worst free-for-alls we've seen. They've had one before, like what was it? Was it 3 or 4 years ago? Now they having another one where they just can't win. And what's the issue with these guys, man? I'm low on them. Just to let you
I'm out on Philly.
Yeah, me too.
Like I said, you know, I think we had talked about this earlier in the season.
Yeah.
You know, all that locker room stuff, you know, that they were able to overcome before. I don't think that I don't think they're hungry, right? And then 2, I think that locker room is
I actually have a different reason. Because I
got you.
Yesterday showed me a lot. They showed this picture of, so you guys know that if you watched the game yesterday, Saquon Barkley had that long run, right? Mm-hmm. And what the dude said, well, I was listening to Kelsey, who made a lot of sense. He said they're missing blocks and little things because whoever the coordinator is tweaked the scheme, and because he tweaked the scheme to his liking, they're that far off.
Yeah,
they're that far off.
Timing's off
from getting it correct. And he says,
so you know all about that, don't you?
Yeah.
Number 77.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Missing blocks. Yeah,
that would he be laying cats, and then he be looking around like, oh man, where you go? He ain't disappeared. He ran by you.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they tore him up in the film room.
No, but the major thing, and I understand exactly what Kelsey was saying. He's like, when you get a new coordinator, they want to do things their way, not the way that the last dude did it, who's not there. And that little minor tweaks. And he was like, I don't think they can overcome it. And if they do overcome it, it'll be too late. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying. And when he was saying it, and he was like, this This route is supposed to be 5 yards deep, and Hurts is not supposed to throw it till he sees him. And he was saying all the things,
breaking it down.
Yeah, and it made a lot of sense. But I'm low on him. Coach Josh.
Man, I'm low on him, and I heard the same thing that Kelsey was saying, and that goes back to coaching, bro. And I say this all the time, man. When you look at these bad teams, that have these good players, you have to do familiar things for them. Continuity. Not what you like. Because at the end of the day, those players will make you look good.
But I'm gonna say this too. And I'm gonna say this. Every coach has an ego to a certain extent. So
yeah, but this ego right here, this ego could get you fired because this team just won the Super Bowl.
He's probably going
to
get
got
fired.
The same people back.
No, but you're not going to. No coach is going to run the same system that the previous coach ran.
Yeah, but wasn't he there last year?
Yeah, he was. But it was a different coach running that system.
Man, if it ain't broke, bro, don't fix it.
That's easier said than done. Everybody's
I totally understand what you're saying, and I totally agree. But two things could be right at the same time. They messed up, bro.
Well, Marcus, and you can attest to this. So you remember when we were in the military, and most officers on the well, especially the butter bars, they're on a 2-year cycle, right? Yeah. And then they get put in charge of flights and things like that, yeah. Right? So, but they come in, they don't assess what's working, what's not working, right? And then make changes. What they do is they come in and just start making changes, and then they start breaking stuff that is already working, right? And then essentially what they have to end up doing is going back to the thing that was working for them, but then to try to then label it and call it their own, right? So I think that may be, what they did here, man. And that happens all over the NFL, right? You got a new coordinator come in, you want to put his flair on things, right? Yeah. You want to change the language. He want to, confuse everybody. Now everybody got to take 2 or 3 months to learn new language for the same thing that they were already doing, right? So, yeah, so I think sometimes we get in our own ways and things, and that's just in life, right? So instead of making it easy on ourselves and take again to your point, taking what's good and what's working and incorporating that, we just make it difficult, and then you turn around and you're 8-6.
Yeah, and lost 4 in a row.
Silly.
I digress. Speaking of things that work and don't work, it goes to our next topic. Man, this is a crazy topic. Who's wrong? Chris Paul of the Clippers. If you guys don't know, Chris Paul got signed home by the Clippers. And from what they're saying, because there's multiple different stories out there, was that Chris Paul, and I understand some of the things Chris Paul was saying. Chris Paul was on his retirement tour. And let's just say Chris Paul deserved to have a retirement, right? His retirement tour. He was on the team. He was doing some things, changing some things, saying some things. I understand. He came there to win, try to make the playoffs, understood what he was saying. He might have irked some people in some of the things that he was doing and saying. But I say that the Clippers knew who he was because they had him once before. He was so-called friends with Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank, who knew who he was, who had him once before, knew how he operated. So I ask you guys the question: who's wrong in this Chris Paul Clippers thing? I start with you, Josh.
Josh Jones or who? So let me ask y'all a question. So the rumor is that they tried to start off with it was he wasn't getting along with Ty Lue. They wasn't talking for like a month or whatever. I heard different. I heard that Lawrence Frank chose Jeff Van Gundy over him. That Chris Paul and Van Gundy was having a problem.
I think they all were having a problem. The word
And
is
losing don't help either.
the word on the street was when a game they was playing the Dallas Mavericks, Kawhi Leonard was getting chopped up by Klay Thompson. And Chris Paul looked at him and told him, "Hey man, get off of him because he wearing you out right now. Go play somebody else." And Van Gundy and him had words because Jeff Van Gundy said, "Hey, in other places you might have leeway to do that or say things of that nature or change defensive coverages. Here you don't." Because I guess that's Jeff Van Gundy's thing.
Yeah, he the defensive guy.
Yeah, and they got into it. But I just want
And
to
Lawrence
say
Frank chose Jeff Van Gundy.
he wasn't lying when he asked Kawhi Leonard to move off Klay Thompson because Klay was cooking him at that moment.
Yeah.
But if you ask John Morant, he's a bum. But anyway, I digress.
Yes.
Here we go.
I actually
listen. Yeah. I'm not gonna stir the pot too much, Josh. So
please don't, man.
This is what I'll say. If you were the guy at one point, right, and CP3, right, and you don't get a nickname like that unless you're going to be a Hall of Famer, right?
Point guard, right?
Yeah, right. So when you have the juice, then you can be as unruly, as you like to be. You can make as many changes as you like to be, because what they're essentially doing is building around you, right? So you have a lot of leeway and say in what happens within that building. Okay. Now let's fast forward to the end of your career, right? I know that you still think that you're CP3, but sir, we have you on the team to do your retirement tour. Okay. Like, as far as what your input is on the game, the team, and things like that, we don't need that from you. We need you to come out here. We're going to introduce you. Okay. You're going to wave at the fans. We're going to bring you your hot dog and your popcorn, right? You're going to sit on the sideline, right? And then we're going to go to our next game. And we're going to do that 82 times. Okay.
Here's what I'll say.
Listen, we're going to do this.
Look, I get it to a
listen,
certain extent. But some of the things he said was absolutely correct, though. Because, bro, they were on they had a horrible record. And it wasn't because of him. He wasn't the one killing him. But some of the things he said made absolutely sense. Somebody got to check somebody, bro.
Marcus, that's fine. That's fine.
I think that's the big thing with this whole thing was he was checking them and was actually correct. And their feelings were hurt. Because they expected him to do exactly like you said.
Listen, and that's fine. And what he said ain't gonna get them to win. They're not listening to Chris Paul. You're wasting your breath. You see what I'm saying? You don't have that cachet anymore to where people are like, oh man, that's CP3. Let me listen to him, right? And he does. He has a wealth of knowledge. He can probably go and coach somewhere. I don't even know if he's going to be a good coach because I don't think he has the people skills, right, to be able to galvanize a team. Right now, you got all the knowledge in the world, but can you make this information and knowledge that you have palatable for some young players to pick it up and be able to take that and use it on the court? And I think he's going to struggle with that. But what I'm saying is they had a conversation with you when they brought you in, okay? This is your retirement tour. You're going to do like Kobe, right? You're going to come in here. Listen, CP3 ain't scoring 60 in his final season.
I don't think. No.
even if he wasn't at home and they cap him, he's not scoring 60. He's not changing. Listen, he's not changing the trajectory of the Clippers.
They have the same record as the Lakers had. That's why Kobe was jacking that ball up. They weren't making the playoffs, so he might have had the opportunity to jack up just as many shots if he was playing on that team, because they suck, bro, and they not.
Yeah, and listen, if you're causing that much trouble, and I don't know, what it is that ultimately send them home, but like I said, if we're bringing you in, like, listen, this is your goodwill tour, right? We don't need much from you, man. Just enjoy the ride. We're gonna go.
I think it was the back and forth with Jeff Van Gundy. That's what ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever it is, man, like, they don't want to hear that.
Let me say this. 10, 12, $15 million Chris Paul could say that. Not $1.2 million Chris Paul.
Vet minimum Chris Paul. Listen, sir, we just need you to come in. Right?
Yeah,
and
that's the difference.
That's ride you out into the sunset.
Yeah, but still, though, I don't.
Don't get me wrong. I hate losing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
hate losing. Right. And for me, I understand Chris Paul, because if I was out there and you out here getting cooked up, Michelin star, right? Small bites, 7-course, right?
Grill.
Right. If you out here getting cooked up, listen, I'm CP3, right?
Hold on, let me ask to the guys in the chat. I see y'all out there, man. Who's wrong in this situation? Is it CP3 or is it the Clippers? I put it on the Clippers. Coach Josh, who you put it on?
The Clippers.
And Coach and Jones, who you put it on?
I'm putting it on CP3. That's like Jerry Jeudy going over there and talking to Shador Sanders. What you doing? You just had a fumble last week. Sit down. You're not that guy that you think you are.
You're not.
That's
that
all.
guy.
You're not that guy, sir.
All right, guys, let's go to our next topic. It's one of our favorite carryouts, which is, you know what it is? It's Pick'ems, man. We'll give you guys a list of games. Isn't it obvious? Who's the winner going to be? Let's go ahead and get this thing started. We got the Falcons versus the Bucks, which is an all-important game, because if the Falcons can somehow win, I think they're only like a game or two behind the Bucks, and I think they might play them again. And I think the Bucks play the Panthers coming up as well. So this is a big game on multiple courts. Who you guys got?
I'm taking the Bucks in this one. They got Bucky Irvin back. I think, I believe in Baker more than I believe in, who is it over there? Kirk Cousins now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. It's
yeah, and that's probably a topic we need to talk about, man. How the NFL isn't developing these young guys anymore, and now they're having to go back to the well and pull up these old guys off the couch, i.e. Phillip Rivers,
Lord.
i.e. Kirk Cousins.
This is what I'll say. I don't believe in the Bucks. I don't believe in Baker. That receiving core isn't healthy, even though they got Godwin back. Who is that I watched them play and they struggled with? Was it New Orleans?
New Orleans beat them last week.
See, that's what I'm saying. I have zero faith in the Bucks right now, and you give life into the Falcons, because Bijan can have one of those games where he destroy you by himself.
So Mister, you like that? That's who you going with?
They also get Drake London back. That dude's an animal. So he's been missing the last 4 games. They get Drake London back. He's an animal. I'm taking the Falcons in the upset. What about you, Coach Josh?
Man, I'm going with the Falcons. They got a lot of pieces coming back. Baker not himself, man. Baker is banged up.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
So that's
is Lamar Jackson.
Oh, man. Wow. Pow. Bang.
I just had to make that clear.
Oh man. Well, yeah, that's true.
He
But
played like an MVP second half, but
uh,
I digress. But let's keep going.
hold on. Here we go. Yeah, but man, I'm going with the Falcons. Kirk Cousins at least got one win in him.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Then goes to probably what I believe is the game of the week. Got the Bills and the Patriots, man. The Bills need this to stay in the playoffs. And the Patriots need this to stay right behind the Broncos for that number 1 seed. Who you guys got? Oh, the Patriots at home.
I'm taking the Bills, man. I think Josh Allen is playing as well as anybody in the NFL right now. He's a gunslinger. He got Shakir out there as his number one option. Keon Coleman, I think, is making sure everyone's hydrated and making sure. I think he's making sure that everyone is well hydrated for the fourth quarter. So I think they'll have enough energy to go ahead and finish the game off.
I'm actually gonna go the opposite way, and I'm gonna go with the Patriots here. Why I feel like while Josh Allen is playing well, I believe this team is just kryptonite. I think they were built to beat him specifically. They have two real good corners who can lock down, right? They have decent safety play to take that tight end away, which means you got to run the ball. The last time they played him, they was hitting Josh Allen left and right. Also, he's still been a turnover machine. While he's running way more now than what he was the previous couple of years. I'm talking about he's running way more. And sooner or later, that catches up with you. You guys know what's going to happen. One of them go lay a lick to him sooner or later. He has no faith in his receivers whatsoever, only the tight ends. I give you that. I got the Patriots winning this one. What about you, Coach?
I got the Bills. You can't go wrong with a Josh.
Man.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I concur.
That's a 10-star review right there, sir.
But man, he's just so lucky right now, man. And the one thing that I do respect that he's doing is, yes, he don't trust his receivers, but they still got a good running game. That defense is still playing solid football. I'm not gonna be like, they playing lights out, but they playing solid football. I don't know what happened against the Bengals with them 2 turnovers back to back. That was crazy.
It was free.
Cash Patel, you need to look at that. And man, he's running the ball.
Yeah, he's running way more.
Bro, those people got him up there with Cam Newton, bro.
He's 1, 2, 3. My tight end's not open. Let me run.
I mean, bro,
that's how he's been. No, for real. He's been 1, 2, 3. My tight end's not open. Let me run,
bro.
But sooner or later,
245. Come on, man.
Sooner or later.
Well, I will say that this is going to be, in my opinion, one of the Patriots' true tests to kind of gauge where they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Hey man,
because I said, they've been playing other teams that
they caught him last time when he had everybody healthy, and they
sure
they rode him.
Sure,
they rode him.
But he playing better with a depleted team.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I think they split. I think it's hard to beat a team twice in the same year. So
I think the Patriots defense is overall much better than what we like to incline that they are. I think they're
they're good.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have two. Like I said, they have 2 shutdown corners, which they don't have to shut down any receivers because they don't have any. But they do got to handle them tight ends.
Keon Coleman.
Let's go to the next one, man. We're gonna go to the next one. Here's another good game. This is a slate of good games, man. You got Lions, Rams. Who you guys got, man?
I'm taking the. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, I don't trust the Lions right now. Like you don't know which Lions you're going to get. You can get a Lions that put up 45 and like one game that Jameer gives the ball 20 times, and then they'll be like, "Hey, we've given the ball too much last week. Let's get the ball to Montgomery." And I'm like, but Jameer is that dude. Like, so I
don't even. It just, and I want you to finish your thought, but I think that they should lean on Jameer and Montgomery heavily in their offense, and then run play action off of that, and then try to hit something that's wide open. I don't understand why Jahmyr Gibbs don't get 20 to 25 touches, and I don't understand why Montgomery don't get 15. Right.
I'm more astounded that they don't give Gibbs the ball 20 plus times.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 20 to 25 times he should get at least 25 touches a game.
Yeah, I agree.
Period. Hands down. Like, maybe even 30.
It's like another running back that wears like purple. He should be getting the ball too, but I digress.
Yeah, I think his name starts with King, something like that. That's what the NFL does. They misuse running back talent all over the place. So, but I feel comfortable in saying that I got the Rams in this one. For everything that we talked about earlier, I think they are going to be the contender coming out of the NFC.
While I'm talking all that smack, I'm gonna take the Lions though. I feel like.
You said all that to say you're gonna take the Lions.
Yeah, because
I'm taking LA.
I feel like they do a game. They do one of those games. They do a game where they go off for 40 plus.
Where they playing at?
LA. Inside. They inside in the dome. They like domes too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Who you got, Coach Josh?
Man, I got the Rams, bro. They kind of healthy right now.
I got you.
What's the receiver for the Lions?
Which one?
Saint
Amar St. Brown.
Yeah, bro, that boy hurt, huh?
Williams.
No, he back. He just had a 100-yard game. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
he came back.
Him and Williams, big play Williams.
The person they missing and that they're not going to get back is Laporta. That dude.
That's the tight end. Yeah. Okay.
Tight end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who missing.
But they got Tesla.
Don't.
Huh? He didn't like the way I said booty earlier, so
God,
Tesla.
Yeah, they got Tesla.
Mr. Tesla.
he's the backup tight end, Josh.
Oh man, not Elon, huh? Man, next game, bro.
No, it's Tesla.
The boys got Green Bay and the Broncos, man. This is like you say, this is a litmus test for the Broncos. Who you guys got? Jones.
As much as it hurts me to say this, man, I'm taking the Broncos.
Interesting. Go ahead.
And the reason I'm going with the Broncos is because they've been consistent. Like Josh brought up earlier, Green Bay is up and down all the time.
I'm taking Green Bay because Reed is back.
Where they playing in?
They playing in the Broncos, but I'm taking.
It's still gonna be cold.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay with Reed. They need him to take the top off the defense, and Raleigh Moss, who's the other corner from Patrick Surtain, he's suspect at times. And the people that give him trouble are the guys that can run. So,
how's Golston doing? Is he back?
For
Green Bay, wide receiver?
Nah.
Okay.
It's Watson's
back though. Yeah, Watson's back. Yeah. He just had a breakout game. So,
I got Green Bay.
Yeah. I'm as much as it hurts me to say it, I'm taking the Broncos on this one.
Because Josh, what you got?
Man, I got Green Bay. Michael Parsons about to have about 3 sacks.
That boy, I agree with. He holds on to the ball a lot.
Bruh, that boy was running after Caleb Williams like the linebacker off the program. If y'all go watch that,
Man, let's get
I'm
to
like,
this last topic. Let's get to this last topic because I feel like it's important. This last topic, real quick. If you guys don't know, there's been a lot of back and forth with bowl games. Sorry about that. So I ask you guys, why is there a decline of bowl games? You guys have.
I'll jump in real quick and I'll make it quick because I know we're running up against the time. But what I'll say is this: it's since they've made the transition, it's not about the bowl games. It's about the people who are involved in this money play, right? I don't think there are really any relevance to the bowl games anymore since they've changed to this new system. So since they've changed to this new system, they need to just go ahead and integrate and lean into this playoff system that they've created. And if they want to have these bowl games, fine. But for a lot of these guys, and you can ask the players, they don't mean anything.
I think they need to change the criteria. Instead of 6 games, I think it should be 8. That is significantly lower how many teams make a bowl.
Shoot, they going to what? So the playoff about to expand again to 14, huh?
No. It could be a possibility.
Next year they saying probably it's a for sure since Notre Dame said that they didn't get in this year.
Because they had a Miranda wrote saying if they're in the top, and this is why their schedule was so easy, and now I understand why they played the schedule that they played. In the memorandum that they had signed and delivered to the committee was if they finished in the top 12, no matter what, even because they don't have a bowl game and they're independent, they should have made the playoffs. And if they don't make the playoffs, then that following next year they should expand to a 14. Yeah, but it was signed by the committee, so. The committee,
but you see what I'm talking about. They need to just get rid of the bowl games altogether, and they need to just go ahead and lean into this this playoff system. And what I'll say to that is this: they need to go ahead and.
I actually like the bowl games. I think they need to change the criteria and cut down on the bowl games. I think you still should have some of those bowl games because you have some significant bowls like the Cotton Bowl. You have like the Holiday Bowl, which is actually a pretty good paying bowl. I don't like the Cheez-Its Bowl. I don't like the Tony the Tiger Bowl. I don't like the Duke's Mayo Bowl. It just sounds dumb, right?
Hey, Duke's Mayo is good, man. Man, I use that in my chicken salad.
I'm just saying that if they change the criteria and move it from 6 to 8, you now shrink not only the bowl games, but you shrink how many teams are now viable to make it.
Well, if my thing is, if you're going to leave the bowl games in, then I don't think you should shrink them because then there are teams that don't have a chance to even play for a national championship, and if the only thing they can play for is a bowl game, then
So you would leave it at 6 wins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I think if you don't lean all the way into this. This playoff system, then I think you should just leave it as is.
Gotcha. Coach Josh?
I want to know why did all these big schools opt out? And I know y'all probably don't have the answer, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm surprised Texas didn't opt out. I was looking to see them to opt out. They didn't. Notre Dame opt out because they're trying to get like a legal representation to go against the committee because of the memorandum that was signed by the committee. So they're trying to take legal action, just to let you guys know.
But they probably was gonna get a big bowl anyway, and they keep all their money. So I'm trying to figure out bro, like, do you just leave money on the table, or that tells me, bro, they got a lot of money floating around Notre Dame.
No,
What's crazy to me is you can write a memorandum saying that, you know, if you're a certain ranked team that you automatically get put in. Like,
well, it.
Did you see that ticket sales though, Jones?
Blame the committee. The committee should have never signed it. The committee should have never signed it.
Yeah. Did you see the ticket sales?
I understood what Notre Dame was saying. Notre Dame saying, hey, if we're in the top 12 at any point at the end of the season, don't hurt us because we don't have a conference championship game. I understand what Notre Dame was saying. I get it. But the committee
did y'all see the ticket sales?
For what?
Them people was comparing themselves to the Cowboys today, bro. Like they said, like how the people talk
they travel
about
really well. No, they do. They travel really well. Notre Dame.
Bro, it was crazy. And I was like, well, you know what, though? They might be on the lines of being correct.
No, they are. The dude, here's what I want to. I'm that whole situation got so ugly to a point where he called out the commissioner of the ACC, and the ACC commissioner took his lick back. What's gonna happen? Because the only people that don't play in the ACC is the football team. Every other Notre Dame athletic is in the ACC.
Oh yeah.
So now what happens? Do everybody in the ACC turn on Notre Dame? I mean, there's more to come, but I just want to get to this. To everybody out there, man, thank y'all. I want to thank the guys for adapting to the show. Thank you guys so much. Everybody out there, thank y'all. We'll see y'all again next Tuesday. Different show, different time. Same people, though. Y'all have a great one. Good night.